name of Jesus. Holy Ghost, you speak. I have nothing to say. It's in Jesus Christ's holy name. Let the church say amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. There's nobody like you, Lord.
Yes,
Thank you, Jesus. Nobody like you, Lord.
Yes, God.
Resurrection Sunday.
Yes, Lord.
Resurrection Sunday. See,
Yes,
you know, one thing about being resurrected. See, the Bible says, if they have any to come after me, have them to pick up his cross and follow me. So, you know, he said to follow him. He said, you know what, Lord, where are you taking me? He said, I'm going to take you back to this hill where I was crucified at.
Yes.
He said, you got to go back to this hill every day, every morning. He said, you got to take it back that cross every day. You go back to this hill. We got to lay this stuff back out wide again. We got to crucify this man that you didn't get right yesterday. God said, pick up that cross. You got to follow me. Crucify yourself. Because he said, there's nobody like me. He said, I'm God all by myself. My Bible says, you know, he said, you know, there's only one Lord, there's only one faith, there's only one baptism. He said they can bow down to Buddha, they can bow down to Muhammad, they can bow down to Allah. He said they can bow down, they can bow down to all the other gods. He said, but there's no God, you know, there's no God other than me. He said, let them have their morning service, let them have their sunrise service. He said, but you know what? He said, I'm still on top. He said, the one they want to worship today, no God said, you know, I still sit on the throne, on the right hand side of the Father, which is called the power. He said, I'm going to come back on a cloud of glory. It's all going to see me as one. He said, because there's nobody else like me. Being resurrected. See, when you're being resurrected, see, when I got up this morning, and the Lord, you know, he reached his righteous right hand, he smiled down upon me, and he shook me. He said, son, get up, get up. He said, get up. He said, you know, a resurrection, when you resurrect me, you see, but you know, it's a strange thing that happened when he shook me. And when I got up and I noticed, you know, when I went to move my hands could work. They said, then, you know, I looked around and I could see very clearly. And the TV was home, so you know, I know my hearing was working. And then I put one foot on the floor and I put the other one down and I stood up. You know, I had all the activities of all my limbs. And then I knew, I said, Lord, there's nobody like you because Lord, you resurrected me again this morning. Lord, you brought me from the dead again this morning. Lord, you gave me another chance, Lord. When I messed up yesterday, you said, Lord, you woke me up and then said, son, get up because you're resurrected again today. Well, something strange happened this morning. Something strange happened. You don't know.
Thank you, Jesus.
The body is a complicated thing. See, the world trying to duplicate what God has done, but see, the world can't duplicate what God has done. See, they go in the laboratory trying to make the clone. See, one thing about the God, one thing about our God. He said, when I blow on you, he said they cannot create that. He said, when I smile upon you, they cannot recreate that. He said, what I have made came straight from God. So when God has made you, when God is on your side.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
We was all resurrected.
Yes, God.
From the sins of death and hell. A filthy wretch just like me.
Yes, Lord.
You know what? See, when I thought I was doing my own thing, but God said, I resurrected you. He said, because Satan had you right in his grips. And God, and my God, he said, you know what? I came down from my glory just for a filthy wretch just like me. He said, you've been resurrected. Now, when you've been resurrected, you got to get up and give God some praise. And sometimes let him know, see, Lord, there's nobody like you. My mother couldn't do it, Lord. Yes. My father could not do it, Lord. Yes. My wife couldn't do it, Lord. But it's just, but I know one that bear the cross for me.
Yes, God.
There's nobody like the Lord.
Yes, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
I can imagine that y'all got to realize God do have a sense of humor.
Yes, he
does. God do have a sense of humor. See, that's why I see, you know what? And I tell uptight Christians, you know, you can't hang around me because, you know what? See, a day without laughter around me, you know, it's a wasted day. We're going to laugh, you know. You too uptight, you know, you might as well go back away. See, our God got a sense of humor. Yes, he does. If you don't believe he has a sense of humor, he laughs at Satan every time. Every time Satan thought he had you, know, God looked down and laughed. He said, "Smack the movie right on back." I can imagine God sitting up there, Resurrection Sunday. Jesus. He looked down, he's Abraham, come here. Isaac, and Jacob, come here. Moses, Elijah, Elisha, no, come here. Matter of fact, somebody go get married. Y'all come here, like, you know what? I just want to show you something. Will you look at what they're doing down there?
Jesus.
Would you look at what they do? He said, look, I sat here and I watched them. They worship a little baby in diapers, you know, they call themselves Cupid. He said, I watched them do that. He said, then I sat here and watched them, you know, they gave my glory to a fat man in a red and white suit. I watched them do that too.
Jesus.
I watched them, sit up there and worship the ghouls and goblins, you know what? I sat and watched them do that also. I sat and watched them, they pay homage to someone else. They pledge their allegiance to another God. And I watched that also.
Jesus.
He said, but can y'all just come a little closer? Can I just show you something? Can you see what they doing down there today? They down there worshiping a rabbit that laying chicken eggs. My God, look at that. He said, would you look at this? Yes, look at this.
Jesus.
They worshiping something else that's not of God. He said, you know what? You remember when I told you? He said, the abomination when you see the women start to weep for time. He said, the abomination. He said, but then he said, and then when I turned Ezekiel around, he said, Ezekiel, I want to show you something else. There's a extreme abomination. Now they worshiping the morning star and they praying to the east. When you look at this foolishness that's going on right now. Do you know when you standing on the true word of God, you're going to be an enemy with the world, because a friend of God is an enemy with the world. The world is not going to like you. They're not going to care if you keep stepping on their toes. They're not going to invite you to their award ceremonies. That's why they bring them up there. I'm going to give you this award. Thank you for leaving me alone. See, but you're a true soldier. When you're a true warrior, when you're on that battlefield for Christ, they don't like you because when you're a friend of God, you're an enemy with the world.
Jesus.
Being resurrected. And see, they're going to be a quick message. And God took me to the book of John, chapter 20. You can write this out, write it down as you go home, write it down and want to read it for yourself. Book of John, chapter 20. And let's start at verse 16. John chapter 20, verse 16 said, Jesus said unto her, Mary. And she turned herself and said unto him, Rabbi, which means master. When Jesus called on Mary, see one thing about Mary, Mary did not just continue on her way. Say Mary had to turn, say she turned herself. And see, when Jesus called on our name, when I was out there in this filthy world doing everything I was doing up under the sun, he looked down and he said, Artis. And I had to stop and turn myself from my ways. Jesus. And then I had to acknowledge who it was, because I was going by another voice that I couldn't extinguish, but that voice that disguised himself to be Jesus Christ was another voice that I was following. And then he bowed and he said, Artis. And I turned around. I say, Rabbi. Which means my master.
Jesus.
See, when Mary turned around, she saw, because you got to remember now, Jesus Christ had been crucified. She went to the sepulchre and he was not there. She was weeping and she was moaning. And then when Jesus looked down and said, why are y'all moaning? The angels came and said, why are y'all weeping? Why are y'all moaning? And she was down in her spirit. And Jesus called her name. Jesus. And she stopped and turned and she said, Master. So when you're down and out, when you're in your mess, when you're having your pity party sometimes, when the Lord calls on your name and you turn around and you recognize who he is and give him the praise and say, Master. And that's when God put everything into action. But God, I need you to reverence me first. Yes, Lord. He said, you don't call me down. He said, I heard your praise. He said, I got up on my throne. He said, I came down to see what you want. He said, now I'm in your presence. Since I'm in your presence, now can you worship me just a little bit?
Yes, Lord.
And he called on Mary. When Mary said, Master, that was her worship. Mary, that was Mary's worship. She said, Rabbi. She looked in there, which means Master, that was her worship. And Jesus said to her, touch me not, for I am not ascended to the Father. Lord, go to my brothers and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. Amen. He said, don't touch me right now, Mary. One thing about the word touch. See, touch is not the way we nor receive it. And see, he said touch, and he had one to touch him, one not to touch him. See, he said, Mary, see, touch in the Greek word means to cling on to hold, to take a hold of. And see, in the book of Mark, they were talking about the women. They went and they all of them women, they touched Jesus. In other words, they went and grabbed him, held on to him. They went and hugged him. And Jesus told them, look, don't touch me, y'all. Let go of me right now. Then see, the reason he did that when Mary did that to the other women, because he was simply saying, see, Mary, you think I I rose. And everything gonna be exactly the same. See, Mary was weeping for her Lord and Savior that she seen walking on this earth. And that's why he had to confirm to her, I have not yet ascended to my Father. He said, I have been resurrected. He said, but Mary, this is not a home. He said, you know, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that you saw walking with you, it's gonna not be the same. He said, I'm gonna send to the Father, and I will send you a comforter that will He said, but I got a mission right now.
Jesus, my God.
He said, Mary, don't cling on to me right now. He said, I'm clinging on to this right now. He said, because I got some work to do. He said, I'm going to go see my Father and your Father. I got to go see my God and also your God.
Jesus, my God. Thank you, Jesus.
Verse 19.
Thank you, Jesus.
Then the same day at evening, then the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples was assembled for fear of the Jews. Say the doors were shut. Because the disciples was no shut, they shut the door of fear. Do you know fear will lock out everything that God has for you? Do you know fear will lock out the blessings God laid before you? Fear will lock out the anointing that God has placed before you. Fear will lock out that vision God has given to you. Fear will lock out anything that God had for you. The disciples, they hid in fear. And the doors were shut because of fear of the Jews.
My God. Come on.
If the Lord is for you, who can be against you?
Yes, Lord.
And God said, we walk by faith and not by sight. He said, I'm your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He said, I didn't give you I did not give you the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. He said, these disciples, why did you shut the door out in fear? Because you're hiding from them right now. Because you're hiding in fear because your faith lacks you.
Jesus. My God.
Why you see people falling away, he said, going to be a great falling away. They are not falling away. See, some people would use the church as an excuse why they went back to the world. They went back to the world, they fell away because they fell away from fear. And the fear they fell away from, they didn't want to be ridiculed by their friends. They didn't want to be ridiculed by the world. They didn't want to give up the things that make them feel good. You cannot get rid of a demon that you can enjoy playing with. That's what it is. You know, some people pray for some things that they are not ready to give up right now.
Jesus.
Lord, I know I'm not living right. Lord, you please remove this man. And then all hell breaks loose at home. And then, you know, and then you get to crying. You go up on Facebook for all your business. I don't know what's going on because somebody pray for us right now. But the Lord said, you asked me to get everything, to make all the crooked places straight into your life. And God, my first I got to start in your home. You got to start in your heart and your mind.
Jesus.
And Lord, I don't know. Lord, I asked you to come into my life.
Come on.
I came, Jesus, and stood in the midst and said unto them, peace be unto you. Do you know when the Lord come upon each and every one of us, and we speak peace into their life, he said peace to each and every one of us that's sitting in this room right now. He said peace to every issue that you have. He said peace to the bill collectors. He said peace to the financial issue. He said peace to that word ratio. He said peace to that medical issue that you have. Peace to that unsaved family member. Peace to the ones right now that want to come and raise up against you. He said peace to every storm that brewing in your life. He came unto them when they had the door shut in fear. He said peace be unto every one of you.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
The Lord is for us. Who can be against us?
Yes,
the Bible said my Lord is a strong tower. Every time I don't feel like doing some things sometimes. Every time I feel like my flesh want to war and toil against that spirit. And God said, son, I need you to run on in here. Go in back into that strong tower. Kneel down before the Lord. When self rise up, no, you got to go back into that tower. The Lord, renew me right now. Lord, strengthen me right now. Because Lord, right now, my mind right now, Lord, has got me in prison right now. Lord, I need your help. And Lord, I will look down and say, peace be unto all of you.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
I know we got some older than thou people that walk around here. They do no wrong. They think no wrong. Sometimes, you know what? They don't go through little issues. I know that. See, but I'm one of the ones, you know, when I go through some things sometimes.
Yes.
I'm one of the ones sometimes I have to get my faith checked sometimes. I'm one of the ones that my father has to come down and chastise me sometimes. I'm one of those ones my father will come down and say, son, you are who I called you to be. You know, I doubt myself sometimes. I'm that one right there.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Thank you, Jesus.
When I don't feel like doing the things of God sometimes.
Yeah.
He said, son, get up.
Yes.
He said, because you know what, I got someone waiting on you. He said, you know what, someone needs to hear that word right now. He said, I don't care if you go and tell them good morning right now, God is good. He said, but I look, I got someone need to hear a word right now. When I don't feel like praising the Lord. He said, son, I need you to praise the one with that gun up to their head right now. He was about to blow their brains out, but I just need your praise to come up so my blessing can come down. Put it down right there in the name of Jesus.
Come on.
When I don't feel like doing your will. And he looked down. And he said, look over there in that room over there. He said, see that little beautiful girl in that room over there. He said, when you don't feel like praising her right now. He said, Satan has the desire to shift her right now in the name of Jesus. Do you know Satan came before me this morning? He said, look, I want that pastor's daughter. That's what I want. When you don't feel like doing it in your spirit, God said, Lord, you got to do it for her in your world. He said, peace be unto you. He said, when you don't feel like doing it, he said, you know what, the word that I have for you right now, he said, it may not be for you. He said, but this word I got for you right now is for somebody right now. He said, I need you to get up right now. I'm going to put that peace back into your life. Put that peace back into your mind. Put that peace back into your soul. Because somebody needs to hear you right now. He said, you know, your loved ones right now in perishing and falling away. He said, but now you want to be slothful. Now you don't want to press anymore. Now you want to doubt me. He said, they dying right now, and they're going on a one-way ticket to hell right now. He said, but I sent a word through you. You will not speak this word. But God said, peace be unto you.
Jesus. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
See, we're in a time right now. We're in a time right now. We're in a time of season right now.
That's it.
God said, you know what? There's nothing new under the sun. He said, they worship every idol and everything that is related. He said, Moses was gone for a short period of time. He said, when Moses came down, they don't build the golden calf and worship something else. He said, you know, I've only been gone for a short period of time. He said, they will not give me my praise. He said, but they will go around. They will give this man Nipsey Hussle all the praise. All the praise in the world. They will lay down.
Jesus.
You got the world.
Stay right there.
You got the world. See, the world's going to be led by the world. See what my God said. He said you cannot serve two. He said, no, but you're going to love one and hate the other. He said that's why people right now, they don't like what comes out your mouth. Because you love the world, you hate a child of God. And see, right now, God said, you know what? I have sent my anointing amongst the world. He said, but my church right now, they want to call this man a prophet. He said, when I rose and I walked upon this land, and I touched every soul, and I stretched out wide. He said, what did he do for you? Did he die and rise on the third day for you? He said, you know what? But the world is praise somebody. God says, resurrect the Son. He said, where's your praise going? Resurrect the Son. He said, you know, where's your worship going? He said, are you trying to take this thing back to Adam and Eve? Or you want to take this thing back to the cross? He said, Adam and Eve brought that disobedience in. He said, well, I stepped up right and I took it right to the cross. So when you're trying to take your spirit, when you're trying to take your anointing, he said, when you're trying to take your walk, he said, you know what, I pulled you out of darkness and brought you over to this marvelous light. He said, why are you trying to take it back over there? He said, why are you trying to take it to? God said, you know what, I have died and rose, you know what, just for that issue that you're playing. He said, where are you trying to take it back to? God said, pick up that cross and follow me. People walking around with a two-time cross. God said, you know, everything that was on your cross, that hatred, I pulled it off. He said, you know what, he said, that lying spirit, I pulled it off. He said, that backbiting, I pulled it off. He said, that confusion, I pulled it off. That doubt, I pulled it off. That misunderstanding, I pulled it off. He said, why is your cross a two-time cross? Again, God, when I pulled it off, you put it right back on. Because be a friend with this world. And that's what see, but also somewhere I read, he said, I will give them up to their reprobated mind. To have them to believe what they're doing is right. And that's why you see the people going around, they worship everything up under the sun right now. That's why you can see a pastor right now, and he got a first man in the pool with because God have gave them up to a reprobated mind.
Come on.
Do you know a reprobated mind will pack a church?
Come on.
Will pack a church full than the one that's going to speak the true word of God. He said the world I want the real. See, but the world ain't telling you the real that they want. They're looking for the world of real. See, they're not looking for, you know what, the real ones in God himself. You know what I see? But they say, you know, I want the ones going to be real with me. In other words, I need the one going to be the world of real with me. The one going to preach to my itchy ears. They will cast you away. That's it.
Jesus.
And Jesus went up. He said, peace be unto you all. Then see, I'm going to go ahead and paraphrase the rest of it. And see, but it was this one. And it was this one called Doubting Thomas. Jesus went into the house and the disciples was there. And see, there was 12, but one had already betrayed him, you know, and so it was down to 10 because one was out on his own and he was doubting himself. And Jesus walked in that house, there were 10 disciples still sitting up in there. And Jesus showed himself to him. And they looked, they saw our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in fear. But Jesus Christ came back to reassure them like he reassured us this morning. And Jesus Christ looked down and he breathed on each and every one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost. And Jesus said, you know what, I will return. In other words, Jesus said, you know what I know? I came looking for that dollar. I came looking for the one that say, you know what, he don't believe it. I know that's what I want to, that's what I came looking for. Jesus, I can find it whenever I want to, but Jesus said, no, you know what, I'm going to show him in front of everybody. And he said, you know, and so after 8 days, here comes Thomas. After 8 days, here comes Thomas now. They told Thomas what happened, Lord and Savior has risen. We saw him. Thomas said, man, I don't believe that. Other words, man, I don't believe that. Don't you know you got them doubting Christians right now? Yeah. They will look down and say, you know what, Lord, remove me from adultery. Oh, man, I don't believe that. No, the Lord remove me from fornication. Man, I don't believe that. The Lord changed me. The Lord told me, no, put the liquor bottle down. Man, I don't believe that. I got to watch you first. I got to see how you are first. I want to see, you know, I got to see your motives. I got to see what you're doing first because I don't believe that. You're not going to tell me, you know what, you was an adulterer and God just came down and just moved that taste from you. You can't tell me that. Do you know because that adulterous spirit reigned in your family? Do you know that was a generational curse? So you're going to tell me that you the one that God chose to break that generational curse? I don't believe that. But the Lord said, you know all you got to do. He said, you walk my will. He said, I'm going to show it to him right there. He said, I'm going to prepare this table right in the presence of him. He said, you know, I'm going to show myself to each and every one of them because the generation of curse ran through you. See, but the one thing about that generation of curse, when it ran to you, it stopped right there. Because you don't know the child of God. And say, God, hey, we'll stop. He said, Thomas, the one they called Didymus. He said, yeah, tell him to. And see, like people say, you know, pastor, see, but God said, you know, look down, no, tell my son. Matter of fact, I'll tell Artis to come here. And then I turned myself, and I said, yes, no, I said, master. And then he looked down, he said, you know, and then he go old Didymus, he go Thomas, old Doubting Thomas. I don't believe that. As soon as he said, I don't believe it, that's when the Lord said, do you know every time you say, you know what, you don't doubt, every time God show up. Every time you start to doubt somebody, do you know God step in and show up? Every time you know what, you lose confidence in somebody, God step in and show up. Because you know, when I lost confidence in people, sometimes, guess what? God always slapped me in my face and tell me, now get over there and shut up and let me be God. You get out there and God does like that. Lord, they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. And the Lord never show me Bob. Now get over there and sit down because no, look at them right now. Look what God has called and ordained.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
He said, Didymus, come here. Old Thomas, come here.
Let me show you something.
Yeah, let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Come on, man. Come on.
He said, see these hands right there. No, look, take your hand. No, No sticking in them holes right here. You see them holes in them feet right there? You know, kneel down for it. Stick your hand in them holes right there. He said, you see this hole in my side right here? He said, you know, take your hand and stick it up in there. You're going to feel something right there. He said, now you not only don't feel the spirit, but don't you feel flesh and bone? He said, Thomas, let me show you something. He said, Thomas, you don't believe that? He looked at the disciples and said, you know what, do you have anything here to eat? And they brought some raw fish, and they brought them a honeycomb. And Jesus Christ said, you know, I don't need this as a body, but I want to let you know, I'm Jesus Christ. I'm not only spirit, but I came back in flesh and bone. In the name of Jesus, I'm going to show you something.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
He looked down. He could look down.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
He told Thomas, I can see him now, telling Thomas. He said, Thomas, now you believe me, right? Yes, well, I believe you. He said, I'll resurrect you, Thomas, from the prison of your own ways. He said, I'll resurrect you. He said, from the prison of your own mind, from the prison of your fears, he said, I'll resurrect you.
Yes,
he said, from the prison of your own wisdom, your own understanding, he said, I'll resurrect you.
Yes,
he said, from the prison right now of your own, the confusion that you have caused, he said, I'll resurrect you from.
Jesus, my God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
He told the disciples, see now, different from the word touch with Thomas. He had Thomas to touch and hold on to him. He said, because I need you to hold on to me because of your lack of faith. Sometimes God will reach down and God said, I need you to hold on to me. Hold on to me just a little while longer because of your lack of faith. Have you ever went through something and you reach out to hold on to Christ just a little while longer? You got to just go there or just got to go a little farther and hold on to him for a little while longer because you don't dip in your faith somewhere.
Yes, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm about to cut off real soon.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
I'm not
Lord.
telling the preacher about it. I'm about to cut off.
Thank you, Jesus.
He looked down, he said, all of us today, he looked down this morning. He said, I did it all just for you.
Yes,
he said, I did it all just for you.
Yes, Lord.
He said, they put thorns, he said, they put a thorn across on my head.
Yes, Lord.
He said, they did it just for your evil thoughts.
My God.
He said, I bled in my mouth for your evil talk.
Yes,
He
Jesus.
said, they pierced me in my hand for your evil touch.
Oh,
He said, they pierced me in my feet for your evil walk. He said, they spat on me for your disrespect. He said, they whipped me for your disobedience. He said, they mocked me for your lack of faith. He said, I did it all just for you.
Thank you, Lord.
He said, it took me back to Isaiah. He said, but I was wounded for your transgression. I was bruised for your iniquity. The chastisement of your peace was upon me. By every stripe you were healed. Jesus, I just did it just for you. And see, when we got this morning, when he was resurrected, we was all resurrected.
Yes, Lord God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
And Jesus,
Glory to God.
when he came down to that cross,
Yes, Lord.
and he took me back to the story,
Glory to God.
and there was a young man.
Hallelujah.
There was a young man, he was out in the country.
Hallelujah. Glory to God.
He had a cage full of birds.
Thank you, Jesus.
And an old man saw this young man with a cage full of birds. He said, young man, what do you have there? He said, I got a cage full of birds. He said, yeah, I can see that. He said, so what you going to do with the birds, son? He said, I'm going to take them out to the outskirts of town. I'm going to take them out on the hill. He said, I'm going to play with them. He said, I'm going to torture them. Then I'm going to kill every last one of them. So the old man looked at him. He said, son, what do you want for the birds, son? He said, sir, these birds ain't no good. You don't want these birds. The old man said, you know what? I'm not asking you that, son. How much do you want for the birds? He said, man, I got a cage full of mockingbirds in here. I got a cage full of pigeons in here. These birds ain't no good. Son, how much you want for the birds, son? He said, okay, if you want them, it'll cost you a dear price. He said, I want $1 a piece for each one of these birds. And the man said, you got a deal. And so he got on, so the young man gave the man the cage. The man took the cage of birds, took them up on a high hill, opened the cage, fried little birds, you're free. Some of the birds came out, but a funny thing happened. When the cage door opened, the birds had been in the cage so long they stayed in the cage.
Talk about it.
So the man had to reach his hand in there, and they had to jump on his hand one by one. He'll hold them up high. He said, proud little bird, you are now set free. It reminded me of this man named Jesus. He came down on his, he came down off his throne.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
He came down and he saw this creature named Satan. Satan was walking around with a cage. He said, what do you have there, Satan?
Jesus.
He said, I got a cage full of sinners.
Oh,
And Jesus Christ looked down, he said, yeah, I can see that.
oh my God, thank you.
What you gonna do with them sinners, Satan?
Yes,
He said, I'm gonna take them all out in the wilderness.
Lord.
He said, I'm gonna play with them for a minute.
Hallelujah.
He said, then I'm gonna torture them. He said, then I'm gonna kill every last one of them. So Jesus Christ,
Thank you, Jesus.
his heart went out to all the sinners that was in that cage.
Yes, Lord. Thank you,
And Jesus said, Satan, what do you want for them sinners?
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
He said, you don't want these sinners.
Yes, Lord.
They ain't no good, I tell
Thank
you.
you, Jesus.
Jesus, I didn't ask you, Satan. What do you want? What do you want for them sinners, Satan?
Thank you, Jesus.
Satan said, man, I got a cage full of liars.
Lord.
I got a cage full of adulterers. I got a cage full of thieves. I'm telling you, they ain't no good. Jesus, you don't want them.
Jesus.
Jesus said, Satan, know how much you want for them.
Yes, Lord.
He said, well, I'm going to set the price high.
Thank you, Jesus.
They're going to cause you your very own omnipresence. They're going to cause you your glory. You're going to have to come down and you're going to have to give up your life just for these birds right here. And Jesus looked down and said, Satan, you got to live. Our Lord and Savior, he took it to the cross. He said, no, he said, I'm going to take this cage, I'm going to take this cage to the cross.
Thank you, Jesus.
And Jesus took that cage up to Mount Gethsemane up on a hill.
Yes, Lord.
He stretched out wide.
Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
And when Jesus stretched out wide, he took on all the sins of the little sinners in the cave. And when Jesus said, you know what? And when I went down and rose up on that third day, the cage, he said, when I hit hell, there was an earthquake, and the cage and the bird cage, you know what? And the door of the bird cage swung wide open.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Jesus said, fly little sinners. See, but one thing happened.
Thank you,
They all didn't come out. They had been, you know what, so comfortable in the confines of their own cage. And they stayed in the cage. And Jesus Christ had to reach his righteous right hand in there.
Yes, God.
He said, you know what, now grab on to my righteous right hand, you little sinners. In hell they are hiding you at the Calvary. He said, you are now set free.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Resurrection Sunday.
Yes, Lord.
Resurrection Sunday. Do you know Jesus set us free
Yes,
on
Lord.
Resurrection Sunday?
Yes.
A little sinner like me that was locked up in that cage.
Yes,
I was
Lord.
comfortable in my own prison.
Yes.
He held me up high.
Yes.
He said, fly little sinner, you are now set free.
Yes.
I'm getting everyone to stand on their feet. You are now set free in the name of Jesus. Jesus paid the price. Jesus has set us free.
Hallelujah. Glory.
And we are free from we're free from sin and death right
Yes,
now.
God. Thank
And
you.
we are resurrected. We are resurrected
Yes, God.
through the blood of the Lamb.
Yes.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.